Good morning, everyone. This is Biz TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with Robin Shimizu and friends talking about happy, healthy habits with Robin Shimizu. You know, we love Robin and we're so glad to have her in the studio today. How you doing today, Robin?
Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Francine in the background.
Yes,
Good to see
we
you guys.
just want to say hello to Francine, my partner. She is on assignment today, and we wish her well in all her endeavors. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. And today our host is Miss Robin Shimizu. Robin, do you have a healthy habit for us today?
I do. So last night I was Googling things and I came across this article that says 30 habits you should adopt to be successful according to 30 CEOs who are doing pretty
Hmm.
well for themselves. Okay, so these
Are
are
you going
30.
to give us all 30?
No. I'm
Oh,
only going
okay.
this one, the one that resonated with me. So, we're really into our mindset these days, and we're really into being intentional and slowing down and taking things slowly. So, this one guy says, this one I really liked. His name is Dan Turan, and he says, hey, you know what? I'm 73 years old. I don't do doubt, and I don't do bad days.
Oh,
So in other words, he makes a choice not to have a bad day. Because he says running a business is hard no matter how we look at it. We have good days, bad days, we have ups and downs, we have a good phone call, we have a bad phone call, whatever. He says you just don't do doubt and
mm-hmm.
you don't do a bad day. So you just make a choice not to have a bad day. So
I
I
think that
liked
is
that.
beautiful. That is
Simple.
beautiful. We have the opportunity to decide what the day's going to be.
That's right. We choose. That's right. And today we have Linus Woods Mullins with us, who's going to teach us how to raise our vibrations using mineral essential oils, which is really cool because I don't think we've had anybody really present on essential oils, at least for a
No,
long time.
no, yeah, I think Brenna mentioned them, but she didn't really teach about them.
Right.
So let's bring
Yeah. So we
Linda
bring
to
Linus
the
on.
stage.
She's our coach, our magazine. She's an author. She has podcasts. She does everything out there for wellness for women. Hi, Linus.
I thought you all had people do essential oils before. I will always come on and
Really?
do it. In fact, I've been talking about them a lot lately for some reason. A lot of people want to know. Um, Essential oils are something that's a necessity, I think, for all women, but especially women in midlife because there's so many different essential oils you can use to help get you through menopause. So
Whoop, wrong view. Hold on. There we
that's
go.
okay.
There.
No problem. I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that when I'm on StreamYard. Oh, I'm in such good company because I know you know what you're doing. So great. Hey, everybody, it's Linus, and welcome to Healthy Habits with my good friend Robin. I'm going to be sharing just a little bit about essential oils, and in particular, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite niches, and that's using essential oils to raise your vibrations. Literally, essential oils can help change your mood. Now, most of you may know, but just in case, essential oils are actually nothing but the essence of plants. From their leaves, sometimes the seeds of a plant, the root of a plant, the flower of a plant. And in these essences are some wonderful things that can be healing properties that sometimes can heal from the cellular level, alter your moods, make you feel better, help with your blood sugar levels, your appetite, help you lose weight. I mean, it's just a plethora of things that essential oils can do. But today I wanted to talk about those essential oils that can help raise your vibration, which is really interesting. It really does happen. It's true. Some people may ask, what kinds of oils might raise your vibration or help put you in a better mood. And, normally, um, oils in general are pretty high vibrationally. They start with about 52 megahertz going all the way up to a whopping 320 megahertz, which means that's the energy. And normally with human beings, we are more like between, 15 megahertz to maybe 20, 30 megahertz, something like that. So taking essential oils and using them to raise our vibration, to raise our mood, can be very impactful. I have a list of essential oils that I have used, and they have varying frequencies. There is the rose, which is beautiful to diffuse in the background, and that is at like 320 megahertz. Sandalwood and juniper, those are wonderful. That's at 98 megahertz, and peppermint's at 78 megahertz. Basil is another one at 52 megahertz, and lavender is 118 megahertz. Now, all of those essential oils that I mentioned are rather affordably priced. They're not real expensive, but the granddaddy of essential oils, they even talk about it in the Bible, is frankincense. Frankincense, the real good frankincense, not the one that's been watered down with carrier oils and everything, but the kind that you usually have to order. Resonates at about 147 megahertz. So there's plenty of oils that you could use to raise your vibration. And if you guys have any questions, please stop me. Let me know if you have any questions.
Carlos is over here. He says men don't have vibration.
Yes, you do. They may be kind of low. That's why you guys need us to help raise it. That's what we're here for. You're right. It's very low vibrationally, but we raise you up. You guys have vibrations too.
Great. So how do you know when you need your vibration raised? Is it because you're a little sluggish, or what's an indication that you need to start using essential oils? I know I have a what do you call that thing where it steams the oils through the air?
Diffuser.
I have an infuser, and so I'm using some essential oils in there. But
normally you're pretty low vibrationally when you're sick, but you're also very low vibrationally when you are dealing with chronic stress. When you're feeling anxiety, that's a very low vibration. Wow. And it's a real good opportunity to try essential oils to see if that will help raise your vibrations. Now, everybody's chemical makeup is different. Everybody encodes the essential oils differently. I want to make sure I say that. And as a result, some oils might work well for some people and even better for others. But one good thing about almost all the oils that I know of, and I've been dealing with oils for about 12 years, you really can't do anything wrong with the oils. I mean, you have to be careful about ingesting them. There are some that you can and some that you can't, and it's all across the spectrum. I don't want to get into a controversy about whether you can, period, or not. There are those naturopaths that say you can, depending on what kind of oil it is, and there's those that say no, absolutely not. In our Ayurveda, they use oiling internally. So there's a whole science around using essential oils internally. So either way it goes, whether you use them externally or internally, generally speaking, they're not going to harm you. It's just that sometimes they may not work as well as you want. So you have to experiment with them. But I wanted to share with you those oils that raise your vibrations and a couple of other oils that you might want to continue using. I have a diffuser blend that I want to share with you that I use. And it's interesting because what I use for this diffuser blend happens to be scents that come from the essence of flowers and not just plants or herbs or something like that. And I think one of the reasons why, first of all, flower scents are high vibrationally, but they also usually usher in good feelings anyway when you smell flowery scents, because they bring back pleasant memories of receiving flowers or going to a rose garden. I was on a show the other day and they were saying, well, yeah, we have flowers at funerals. I'm like, okay, yeah, right. There's always an exception that makes the rule, okay? Yeah, they do have flowers at funerals. But aside from all of that, we also use flowers to show love and affection and to, for celebrations and marriages and things like that. So just having those scents sometimes usher in a better feeling just because of the memory that it brings to pass or brings to mind. But 1 drop of jasmine or geranium, and by the way, geranium is very good for anxiety. 1 drop of patchouli, another drop of bergamot, and 2 drops of lavender, and 3 drops of frankincense. You can put that in a diffuser, and it just really smells wonderful. I just can't tell you. Now, sometimes I have a bunch of oils, but this is one of my oils, Awaken, and I happen to sell Young Living. So if anyone would like to schedule a free consult, please DM me on Facebook and we can schedule a free consult, because I've been doing this for 12 years. But I just recently started using Young Living, and the reason why I use Young Living is because a good friend of mine brought me into the business. I think that Young Living and doTERRA oils are both great oils. I don't have a preference, and I don't get into the whole history of why they separated. I don't care about all that. They both have great products. It's just that my friend sells this particular one, Young Living, so I started selling Young Living. This is something called Awaken, and this is what I put in my diffuser every single morning before I even get up good, because when I finally walk into my prayer room office, I like having that smell of, it smells kind of like the morning and flowers. In fact, you could even use this as what my kids used to call, as a smell good on you if you want to. But the way I like to use oils when I'm, breathing them in, is I like to put like maybe 1, 2, or maybe 3 drops in my palm. And then I take the 2 forefingers and I stir them around to help release the essence and elements of it. Okay. And then I put them together in my palms like this. And then I breathe them in. And about 3 times. And I mean, automatically, you begin to feel a difference. The olfactory nerve goes straight into your brain. And so smells have an immediate impact in your mood. And I feel fine. I felt fine already, but I feel even better as a result of doing that. Yes, it's very, very powerful.
We have 2 comments over here. One's from Carlos. He says, Idaho Blue Spruce has up to 580 megahertz. And then he says, look here. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing? He says, I live in New York City. The morning smells a tad bit different, I'm sure.
I hear you, Carlos. I hear you. And yes, I have Idaho spruce, and I like to burn it or diffuse it in the morning sometimes when it's really, really cold, because it also has some it helps with your immune system and upper respiratory issues. If you have a stuffy nose or anything like that, it's very helpful that way too. And it's a great time. It's a great thing to diffuse during the holidays, because it has kind of a tree smell or whatever. The spruce, has that smell. But he's absolutely right. Idaho spruce is a wonderful thing, especially if you happen to be suffering from allergies and stuffy nose and things like that. You diffuse that in the room, and it makes a huge, huge difference. Now, there's another blend that I use for a roller ball. If you want to put it in a roller ball, to put on your pulse points. So I put it on my pulse points, or I put it on my temples. And this one has 4 drops of bergamot, 3 drops of jasmine, and then 3 drops of frankincense, and 3 drops of lavender, and 1 drop of patchouli. And you put it in with fractionated coconut oil, because that's the carrier oil, because you don't want to fill your whole roller bottle up with those oils because they're so powerful. You want a carrier oil so your oils will stretch a little bit more. And I just put them on my pulse points, and that raises my vibration as well. So there's several oils. And if you notice, I mentioned some of the same ones. There's one oil in particular that is high vibrationally. I don't know if I had mentioned it or not, but peppermint. It's very, very strong. If I need to be uplifted and alert, I put 1 little drop in my diffuser and let it run for a while I'm out of the room, and then come back in. And I immediately feel more focused, have more concentration, and have more energy. So all the essential oils are really good when it comes to raising the vibration of the room. I know some women, they've been out shopping all day. This is funny, but it's true. They've been out shopping all day. They know their husband's probably a little bit irritable because they've been spending a lot of money, they take their roller ball or they quickly diffuse some stuff in the air. Maybe they start diffusing it before they left. So when they get home, their husband's in a good mood. He's not.
Oh, how interesting.
This is what they say works. I have yet to try it because my husband knows all my tricks. So he would like, oh, diffusing oils, where are you going?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that is so good. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Wow. Jerry says she uses her diffuser every day. I use my diffuser all day long. She says, yes, the rollerball is great also. Okay, so we are so grateful for you taking the time out to talk to us today about essential oils. If you have a question, please put it in the chat. And meanwhile, we're going to put Linus's contact information over here, and she's going to tell us about the programs that she has, because she's talking to us about essential oils, but she's a lot more than that. Am I correct about?
You're correct. I have a brand new group coaching program. Actually, 3 of them called the Vibe Living Series, and we have a coaching program called Vibe Emotions, which deals with anxiety, depression, and the imposter syndrome. We also have another program called Vibe Nutrition and Movement. And Nutrition and Movement gives you a meal plan and gives you a movement plan to go with it. And then Vibe Living is a wellness and energy healing program. All of the programs talk about essential oils, and these are group. You get your information in your email, in the form of a video as well as content, and then we meet every other week. The group does, depending on which group you're in, to talk about your experiences and how you're feeling and doing. Also, each one of those programs are available for one-on-one. But I thought it would be much more affordable if people are able to do group coaching. You don't always meet in a group, and you do have access to 2 coaches for way less than the price of one in group coaching, because each one of my programs has an expert in that particular field that we're talking about. So I'm very excited about it. We've already started enrolling in the fitness program and also in all 3 programs. So if you're interested in finding out more, there's 2 things you can do. You can DM me and we can schedule a Vibe discovery call. Or you can go to the Vibe Series group. That is the people, there's about 250 something people that belong to the group, and they're all interested in living a Vibe life. And Vibe is an acronym. It stands for being vibrant, intuitive, beautiful, and emerged. And all the programs basically help you do just that. And one of the things we talk about a lot is raising our vibration and keeping our vibration high. And of course, our wellness overall, holistic wellness. So they're great programs. I love them. I really think that they're a service. They're affordably priced. So, check me out, DM me, go to the group, or you can go to my website. I have a new website for that. It's called Wellness Woman, Vibe Wellness Woman. And there you can find out about all 3 programs.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to bring Robin over here. And Robin, tell us a little more about Linus and what we have coming up, because we want people to follow Linus over on Facebook. So you see her name down there. That's not your name. Because I wanted people to know how to spell her name correctly when they're looking for her on Facebook and Instagram.
We'll make sure that we have Linus's contact information. Linus, don't get off the call when we get off, and we'll make sure
so we can move it from the private chat. Okay, maybe she put it over here in the private chat. Here we are. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the chat so you can follow her over on Clubhouse if you have an iPhone.
The thing that I like to say about Linus is that she helps women, mostly, over the age of 40, but a lot of her programs are perfect for women any age. But it's mental, spiritually, emotionally. It's the whole woman that she helps us with. And I just think that is so fabulous. And she's got programs for all of that. So we really just love having her because she's such a wealth of information. It doesn't matter what the topic of the day is. Right now, we're really into self-care. And this is like right up Linus's alley. This is what she does. So I'm really excited about her new programs. I'm thinking about doing the nutrition and movement one because that's where I need to and not to lose weight or anything, but just to get healthier and just to start moving. So that's my goal
Yeah.
this year.
Um, um, Am I still on camera? Oh, yeah, I am. I guess. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You would love Jessica, the lady who does the movement, because the movement is designed for women who aren't necessarily wanting to work out for Olympics or anything like that, but they're fun. And she explains why it works. She does a lot of work with the pelvic floor, which is something we need to talk about at one day, how important that is, because the doctors don't talk to you about it. And I don't know if you've ever found out about pelvic therapy or not, but it's really important, and they don't talk about it a lot. And then you wake up one morning and you wonder, what the heck is this? So seriously, and there's ways you can prevent surgery by doing these exercises and just being more aware of taking care of your pelvic floor. So some of the exercises that she does are to strengthen your pelvic floor. Yeah, we want to be, have a flat tummy and nice arms and everything else. But girlfriend, if that pelvic floor gets all jacked up, life is not the same. So we cover that, and as well as nutrition and everything else. So if you're interested, DM me, or anybody else who's interested in, raising your vibration in midlife.
We are just so excited when Robin's show comes up, because we get great information from you, Linus. We just really, really appreciate everything that you bring to the table. We want to encourage everybody to follow her over there on Clubhouse. If you're in Clubhouse, we've put that information in the chat. We want you to also know how to get in touch with her groups. So her information is over here on the chat. We also, if you're not already following her on Facebook, please do so. She's also on Instagram and other platforms. We need to know how to live a more vibrant life. Thank you so much for bringing her to the forefront, Robin. And we want to remind you guys that we're going to be here next week. Do you know who your guest is again next week, Robin?
Yes, we're having Brenna next week.
Brenna, we're going to talk to Miss Happily Green and Clean.
Yeah.
But I really learned a lot today about these essential oils, especially since I'm using them. It's nice to know what they do. And they have a subject matter expert in the house. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Carlos and Cecilia and Jerry and all of you guys who are watching on the replay. We just want to say thank you. And don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking tech in English. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks, Robin.